Welcome to Spurs Vision TV. Good evening, good afternoon, and of course, good morning to all you guys around the world. Of course, at the moment now, I have Jordan Hammond, LFC, right? From Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, right? You're in Jamaica, right, Jordan?
Yeah.
That's it,
That's
all around the world. Yeah, we've got it all around the world. Yeah. Big up, big up. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Good. Looking forward to
That's
Wednesday's
yep,
open transfer window. I'm
yep,
buzzing
and it's
excited for
yep,
Wednesday.
yep. Yeah. And of course, I haven't been doing this Monday show for a couple of weeks because I've been waiting for the season to actually end, right? And it ended on Saturday. I would say congratulations to all the fans from Manchester City being, the champions of Europe and, of course, achieving something that's not been achieved in a long time, treble, right? And, of course, I would say a big shout out to the West Ham fans, right? All the West Ham fans out there, right? Their first European trophy in nearly 50 years or so, right? 48 or 50 years, right? So big up to all you guys, right? I'm a Spurs fan, but to tell the truth, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't mind other fans from other clubs, right? Just as long as everyone's happy, right? Being a Spurs fan and all that. Of course, we're jealous of watching everyone else win, right? Later, Keshaf will be joining us, right? And I've been telling Jordan just now in the back room, right? He's going to be the only fan if the rest of the guys join us later, the guests, right, who actually won something. But before that, let's go to the chats, right? Of course, this is Jordan. Big up, Jordan. Hey, brother, right? John Fitzpatrick, big up, big up. How you doing? Steak. Good afternoon, steak. Yeah, no, yeah, steak. No cursing. Not even 10 minutes yet, right? Throwing bottles at players. Yeah, the West Ham fans throwing bottles at players. That wasn't a nice thing. But guys, if you can, right, please go over, show some love, and subscribe to Jordan's channel. He has a YouTube channel too, right? The link is there, right? Just click on it, give him a few subscribes along the way, right? Okay. Uh, I guess I'll start with you first, right, Jordan? Because this is actually my end of season review show. Uh, Based on your thoughts, right? Being a Liverpool fan, you guys were way out of the running for Europe, and you caught up in the end and still got fifth, right? How do you actually feel about this season, Jordan, being a Liverpool fan? Are you happy? Are you sad? Have you accepted that, okay, it is what it is, and we move on? How do you feel?
Well, that's a great point. It's an awesome season for me. Since 2017 till now, it's an awesome season for us and our club, Liverpool. And this season wasn't great start for us getting players that doesn't have experience in the Prem, getting Luis Diaz from FC Porto, getting Cody Gakpo from PSV, Darwin Nunes from Benfica. So it's a great start, and for us, we're happy now we got a great experienced player that's playing in the Premier League. Alex McAllister is what we really want, and I'm happy. But for the new season in August, we want to challenge, and we're going to challenge, and we're now moving very fast and quickly in the transfer window. We have one signing already. We need Thuram. We know we have more players that we're linked to. We have the French international and the World Cup winner from 2018, Pavard, that is Benjamin, and Ward-Prowse. We know about Kesia. Liverpool is interested. I'm not sure if we'll be getting him. Well, there's lots of players that we need to get. We need to get also Barella. But I am happy. I am a happy supporter. I'm happy despite him getting lots of beaten everywhere we go out on the road. Because we do have a great form on the road, but home we have a great form. And I am happy. I am happy despite not getting Champions League. We were wanted a Champions League. We didn't want to make Man United get that Europa League, and we get that Champions League because we didn't want to end Real Madrid and our storyline. But it doesn't happen, and Real Madrid will have a new story to begin with newcomers like Arsenal coming into the Champions League. I wish them all the best, and Real Madrid will see us again next time. But for us to do that, we need to finish second, third, or fourth, or finish as champions in the Premier League. But we're going to start. We have to start off with a great start on the road away to, and we don't know who, but we have to wait and see who we will play first in the open season of the Premier. But I'm happy, I'm buzzing, and I am happy for Alexis McAllister to be a Liverpool player. I'm
Yep,
very
yep.
happy. I'm proud.
Yeah. I mean, at least you guys are already moving in the transfer market, right? Even before the window actually opens, you already been linked to a lot of players, and you already got one player across the line, if I'm not mistaken, right? Officially, right? At the moment now, being a Liverpool fan for you, I guess you guys are looking forward to next season to try to challenge to win the league. But for being a Spurs fan, to tell the truth, I'm looking forward to the season of not knowing what's going to happen. But it is what it is. Uh, at the moment now, as I see it, right? Steak and John Fitzpatrick, big up to you guys. I mean, if you guys want to join me, right? Since there's not many people around at the moment, I'll throw in the link. Let me know, Steak, right? If you want to join me, and John Fitzpatrick, right? I'll throw the link into the chats, right? But at the moment now, as I see things going on for Liverpool, and to tell the truth, next season, if I'm not mistaken, we are in the Premier League. I think we're going to have more or less 5 openings to join the Champions League, because I think next season's Champions League is going to be extended, right? They're going to extend it to 40 teams now, if I'm not mistaken. So that gives more chances for more
So that
teams.
means that like every single year that we have game week 38. So the
Mm-hmm.
game week will be going to game week 39 then if they're going to extend it to 40 teams.
Yeah, I think they're gonna expand it to 40 teams, right? Yeah. Five
Um,
spots plus coefficient is from for next season. That's what Stake is saying. Yep, Alexander. Yeah, 5 spots plus coefficient. That's for Champions League. If I'm not mistaken, maybe the 5th spot is yeah. So 6 teams can get into the UCL from the Premier League next season. Wow, that's interesting. 6 teams can get into the UCL. But I don't know. That means top 6 gets in, or maybe top 5 gets in plus one with the highest coefficient. But if you're not in the Champions League, how are you gonna get coefficient points, right? I guess that will rule Spurs out. So most probably that will end up to on somebody else's lap. So, but nah, to tell the truth, now I don't think it's gonna be called the Big Six anymore. And to tell the truth, whatever happens now is that, of course, team outside of the top 5 winning Europa League and the UCL. Yep, that's true too. That's true too. Yeah, that's to count that into. So that can get a bit scary. But maximum I think is 5 spots plus 6, maybe 5 spots plus 6. But we'll know as next season comes along. But at the moment now, for me, is that being a Spurs fan, since no one is coming in at the moment, I'll just let you guys know. Just hold on, right? I've got an Arsenal fan joining me for the first time. It's Minerals, so he gets a very special welcome. All right, welcome, Minerals. Here's your special welcome. Big up, Minerals. Yeah. Good afternoon. Yeah, big up. Thanks for joining me. Minerals, an Arsenal fan. Jordan is a
Liverpool.
Liverpool
I know
fan.
Jordan. Went on
You know
streams with
Jordan?
Jordan.
Oh, you done
hey,
streams with Jordan?
hey, what's up? What's up? Congrats, man, on your Champions League qualification, man. It's not easy for me.
why is Champions League qualification now? It's like a congratulations now. Big up, Chris. Big up, Chris.
They need
Chris.
well they're young, right? They have a young team, so they have experienced Champions League players like Sinchenko, Juice, Martin, used to play for Real Madrid, and Fabio Vieira for former FC Porto. So yeah, they have it. So Ramsdale will making his first debut, but I'm happy. But well, big up yourself, bro.
Yep. And Minerals, we're just going through, right? Because this is actually the end of season review show, right? So I just would like to ask you, how do you feel, right? I mean, you happy, you sad, right? We're disappointed on what happened, right? Because you guys, were leading for nearly 200 over days and not actually reaching the pinnacle of that lead, right? So
Yeah, I'm
end of season.
devastated. I'm devastated, man. I'm so disappointed, man. They didn't win that league, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and of course, I won't use the word that a lot of people say that you guys whatever you've done, right? But at least you have improved, right? In the way of you can see now the football that you guys have been playing I mean, the season past, it's improved a lot, right? And you are moving in the right direction. That's all I can say. You're moving in the right direction. And of course, good morning to LA's 007. Good morning to you, right? Being an Arsenal fan, like what I asked Jordan just earlier, right? Arsenal fan, I was telling him also in the back room, right? You guys now in the Champions League, and I'm sure you do know that your squad is not complete for the Champions League, right? Because you do need to add at least 3 or 4 more quality players to actually give you guys a chance to be
Exactly.
give
We
you
need
guys
to
a fighting
add
chance on both sides.
you know what I mean? We need to sign those players ASAP. But we need at least 4 players, especially a
Mm.
striker.
Mm. Yeah. Because it showed very well. I mean, it really did show because when once Jesus got injured last season, right? Nketiah wasn't giving you guys the results that you need, right? And that's the sad part. And after when he came back, also he didn't get most of whatever the results. To tell the truth, it was a weird thing. Is that you guys were at the top, right? And during the January transfer window, you hardly improve at all, right?
Yeah, we
Hardly improve
didn't.
enough. Yeah, that's the sad part.
We only got
But,
we only got
yeah,
Kiwior and Jorginho, and that wasn't good
yeah,
enough,
yeah. And you got Trossard, if I'm not mistaken, right? And El
man.
Chelsea, if Peter does not progress next season, he'll be gone by that's his prediction, right? But Keshav, yeah, good evening, Keshav. All right, Keshav's from Malaysia, right? And he's a West Ham fan. Look at that, he's put it proudly there, Keshav West Ham there, right? And among all of us here, he's the only guy who's got a trophy in the cabinet at the moment. Keshav, how are you feeling? I guess you must be really happy, right? Getting the European Conference League, a European trophy in the cabinet, right? And not being relegated. And okay, Keshav, question. Are you still Moyes out? Because I heard from the BBC, right? Moyes is staying.
Where's he staying, man? He's the goat.
Hi, Jin. Yeah, hi, everyone. Yeah, good
Uh,
question. Very hard to explain because what he's delivered. And okay, let me start off by saying, yeah, I'm very happy, very pleased. Actually, to be honest, I'm quite lost for words because, prior to the game, I was with my brother like, talking about the final and the nerves because he's a Liverpool fan and he knows how Liverpool have lost some finals and he's telling me, don't be upset if West Ham lose the finals. So I was like, okay, I had to just focus on West Ham winning. So then, of course, the nerves all came, and of course, when the game started, I was like, okay, Fiorentina's a very good side, not easy, very tough Italian side. But I'm very impressed actually how they played because actually they played very well. They they didn't create a lot of chances, but I can see that they are very good in possession. Out of possession, they start to falter a bit and they start to lose the ball quickly. And especially some of the scenes when I think it was the 33rd minute where the Fiorentina player had blood at the back of his head, and the fans were throwing plastic bottles. I didn't like that. It showed, to be honest, lack of, I would say, professionalism and all that. But it was actually tough, and I was whole calming myself down because it was a very tense game, and you don't know what to expect in the final because to be honest, it's my first final, and not easy to take all these scenes of your fans throwing plastic bottles out and all that. But like I said, I didn't think we were actually very good in the first half. I really didn't think that, and I was very upset because it was all Fiorentina possession, and we didn't actually have or create a chance. So I thought, what, we actually can win this game. But then second half went forward. I was like, okay. Actually, before that, for Fiorentina had an opportunity. They scored, but it was unfortunately offside. Thank God that didn't go in. But yeah, second half came. We scored a good. Of course, that was a penalty from Bowen, the Fiorentina player's hand. A good goal by Beroma. Then I thought, okay, we have a lead. We need to keep hold of the lead, and it's in our hands, our control to do it. Then 4 minutes later, Fiorentina scored. That was like shit. You have to be careful. You have to like, okay, just calm down. Let's not falter. And then I thought, okay, still the same thing. We didn't have. We actually, to be honest, West Ham is not a possession-based side, so I already expected us to defend and counter like we always do. And then I thought, okay, lah, Fiorentina, with the way they played in the first half, with the chances they've had, they're gonna win this. Then I was holding myself, okay, 88th minute, then holding nerves until the 88th minute. I was like, okay, I'll go ahead, and then Paqueta passes it to Bowen. Then I was telling the player, come on, shoot, shoot. And he scored. I was like screaming all in the room, and yeah, my brother was very happy, and yeah, actually I was very pleased. So once Bowen scored, I was like, okay, let's keep the lead. No, don't falter. Don't just put 8 man, 10 man at the back. Just defend. So I was like, okay, because it was 5 minutes, additional 5 minutes extra time. Then it was 3 minutes. I couldn't take this. I had to like run away from the TV screen. But yeah, it was worth the wait. Yeah, very pleased, very happy, but very nerve wracking to be honest. First final, and yeah, I'm very pleased. Not easy performance, but finals are not that to be playing great football. Is that to win, and that's what we did, and very very happy. Like I said, a lot of to be honest, if you had asked me West Ham finishing 15th and winning the Conference League, I'll happily take it all day. If you personally ask me that, I'll say
Oh, no. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there with me, right? You've been cursing Moyes every Monday that I've been doing shows with you, right? And I kept telling you, right, if Moyes brings you in, gives you the Conference League, right, and scrapes through the relegation battle, right, would you be happy? No, you still say no, you weren't happy, right?
yeah,
But okay. First, let's say, yeah, congratulations to you first, right? But Flash Arrow, big up to the panel, yeah, big up to you too, Flash Arrow. But okay, congratulations to you, Keshav. Because I was saying even before the Conference League final, when you already have entered, I was doing shows with you before that too, right? I was already saying, imagine, right, if West Ham wins the Conference League, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Fulham, and whatever clubs that's in London has not even got a trophy, right? Imagine how would we feel, right? So at the moment, okay, just to let you know, Minerals FC is actually an Arsenal fan, right? Jordan, as you know, is a Liverpool fan. Yeah, and just to let you know, Jordan, Keshav's got a twin brother, right, who's a Liverpool fan too. So imagine all of us sitting here in this panel.
I was hearing him, man. I was hearing him about Liverpool.
Yeah. So the thing is that we've not won anything this season. You are the only guys, right, who actually had that parade.
Yep, the parade.
The parade, right? Yeah.
The parade, man. In London, man. You should be proud of yourself, man. European trophy, man.
Yeah, it's a European trophy, right? And after how many years? 48 years?
Last time it's been 50 to win a first major silverware. Last time was 58 years ago. But actually it's either 58 or 43. That's what people keep saying now. Yeah. But like I said, the last time West Ham or the West Ham manager to win was
I think it was an FA Cup or something, right? That was in the 80s or something.
Yes, FA Cup. I was even on that. But yeah,
it was 1980 FA Cup against Arsenal, ironically.
Against Arsenal, okay, all right. Against Arsenal. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I guess in this panel now, right, the end of season review. So I guess Keshav, being a West Ham fan, you take the trophy home.
Yeah, and also you join us in Europa League. We're gonna whoop your kid again.
Yeah. And to tell the truth, right? Yeah. In the end, and to tell the truth, right? In the end of the day, right, it doesn't matter what kind of trophy, right? I mean, even though it's a Carabao Cup or European Conference League, right? If you win it, it shows that you've won something in a certain tournament that shows that you've won.
Silverware, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still silverware.
The aim of the game is to win, man. But,
But like, win whatever competition you're in.
Yeah. Those same fans, that said that aim of the game is important to win. Those the same that were belittling it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And to tell the truth, this is actually the second season for European Conference League, right? We were involved with it in the first one, the inaugural Conference League, and we didn't win it, right? An ex-manager of ours won it, right? So we won't go there, right?
Yeah, man.
Jose won it after he got sacked.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's what Spurs are. So that's why I keep telling you. Even before you guys were coming on, just as I was going to say how I felt about this season, right? Minerals joined us. So as a Spurs fan, how I feel about the season, to tell the truth, I don't care, right? After we sacked Conte, the only thing I could see is it going downhill. right? So to me, is that
Exactly. Everyone would see that it was going downhill when you sacked
yeah, it's going to go
Conte.
downhill, right? So who's I mean, to tell
It
the truth,
was
idiot Conte
fully,
out and all that. Yeah, so we deserve what we want. We deserve it, right? So we deserve it.
And
yeah.
this is the season you
Yeah,
deserve, man.
One manager we sack. Only one manager we
yeah,
sack. Brendan. It was Brendan.
Yeah.
He's the only one we sack.
yeah,
We don't
yeah.
sack
Oh,
him.
you sacked Brandon. Yeah, yeah. The only manager you
Yeah,
sacked in the
Brandon.
season was Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
okay,
manager.
my next question for Keshaf, right? Since you've been Moist out for the past 6 months or so, right? And Moist is staying now. So how do you actually feel? Are you going to give him a second chance?
Yeah, man, he does, man.
Okay, okay, yes, I've been very critical. Yeah, I must have. Yes, I am. I've actually since he's come in, I said, you know what? Because when the second time Moyes came in, he said that he said I want to get West Ham near the top of the league. He said I want to get West Ham, playing some good football and all. So I say new manager, he's come back, he knows West Ham, and I say okay, let's give him a chance. But then when he came in, we finished like 16th, I think, and then the following season he got us into Europe. We finished actually 6th, yeah. And then he's got us into Europe, and then he's got us 7th and go on and trophy. Well, yes, like I said, this season hasn't been great, and I've actually, to be honest, this year is actually draining me actually from the beginning till the end. But I always said that at least the Conference League has provided a distraction, which I thought he's actually done quite well in. Premier League was shit actually from the very start or even the middle. I was giving up already in the Premier League, and also when relegation was looming, I wasn't having a lot of confidence and all that. So I say, you know what, Moyes has to just try and take enough points to keep us in the league. His playing style is not what I want. I don't like it. It's quite boring. I've said it many times. But like I said, the end of the day, you're a manager or whoever manages your club doesn't get based on where you finish. It's the trophies. So, like I said, Moyes has got us a trophy. I'm very happy with it, and a lot of fans have been saying that he's a legend in the modern era. Yeah, I would consider him as that because,
But
like I said,
Keshaf, you're avoiding my question. I'm saying, are you happy that he's still going to be your manager next
yeah, I'm
season?
coming to that. Like I said, I just saw the news. I have mixed feelings actually because one is that he deserves a contract. He does deserve a contract and deserves to continue from what he's done. But secondly, it's still the fact that I fear the same thing, that yes, he may be doing well next season Europa League, but also the fact that Premier League also he may not know how to how do I say, play the same playing style and how he's going to gel new players coming in. So, like I said, I don't want the football style, and I still want Moyes out, but I think he deserves a contract. So,
He deserves the contract, but you still want him out, right? Because you don't like the football. But you don't mind winning a cup, right? Along the way, just as long as you don't get relegated. But okay, guys, I'm going to ask the people in the chats, right? Do you think, right, Moyes should stay at West Ham at the moment, right? So would you take Moyes at West Ham if you were a West Ham fan after winning the cup and not getting relegated, right? And I'm going to ask you that, Jordan, too, right? Winning the cup and not getting relegated, being in West Ham, right? Would you still want that manager there? Even though if the football is, not attractive and it's drab, right? And, whatever Keshaf said, would you take that manager?
Man, for me, I'm happy he didn't come to Liverpool because
He didn't come to Liverpool. Okay.
yeah, because if he does, boy, I think that at this moment, Arthur long years waiting for a trophy will be still there waiting, see me. But Dave Moyes is a great manager, no doubt, and also congrats, bro, on that Conference League win. Yes, and also you realize that you're gonna lose your captain.
Yeah, we'll come into that later. We'll come to that later. But let me ask Minerals, right? You guys had a chance to win the Europa League, right? Would you have taken the Europa League and end up 3rd or 4th instead of 2nd? Minerals, are you there, Minerals? No, I don't know. I'm not sure whether Minerals there or not. Okay.
I'm happy. Well, let us see what we'll do. What Dave Moyes have to make. Big up to Dave Moyes.
Yeah, big up to Dave Moyes. Right. Okay, then the next question comes after that, right? Your owners, right, Keshaf, says that Declan Rice is gonna leave outright,
Mm.
right? He deserves his move, right? Since winning the Conference League for them and all that, right? So, what do you
He's going
think?
to the He's going to the Emirates. He's going to Arsenal. Would you let him go to Arsenal? Because wants him.
Well, I, to be honest, it's inevitable he'll leave, and I already knew it was going to be his last game from how he, like, say, celebrated with the fans, celebrated with the manager, especially the trophy parade and all that. Yeah, it's to be honest very sad, but like I said, it's going to happen. You're going to lose one of your best players, and it always happens to any club. Like, but this one I think will hurt most for me because I've seen how good he is, and I know how he's got potential. He actually has got potential, and he just needs to up his game a bit. He just needs to improve in certain areas, like maybe scoring more goals or maybe driving more runs forward rather than being the shield of the defense to cover up. So like I said, the problem is with Rice is great lad, great personality, great player, but I fear that I don't want him to go to a rival club. I keep saying this. I don't like it, even though he's
And
good. Because the
yeah,
problem is, I want him to go to a club where he's going to actually guarantee winning trophies.
yeah, yes. That's the reason why Arsenal needs him. Because they're in the Champions League. So they
Mm.
need him to be a part with the likes of Martin Odegaard, likes of they have lots of players out there. That's what they want. They want Declan. They're also going after Caicedo. But that's a great
Mm.
point as well. Rival fans, West Ham, you guys battle them every single year, day in, day out in London derbies. And I think with Arsenal linked to him as well. So you could be hearing that here we go, Arsenal. You could be finding a new captain, probably Bowen. There is few players out there. Side Ben Rama, as I said, he's good, but losing a player like that, he's English. But I rate him a lot, but he needs to move on. And if he goes to Arsenal, that's a great one indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, rival side,
Okay, Mineral's back. Mineral's back. Okay, Mineral. I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, I was asking you a question. I was supposed to ask you a question just now, right? Would you have taken the Europa League, right, and end up third or fourth instead of second?
It's the same thing basically. Just same really, but third and second they're the same.
Yeah, I
The
mean third or
trophy
fourth.
and
Yeah.
top four. Just
Yeah.
it's just basically when you win the Europa League, you get into Champions League, and when you're second, you get Champions League. Same thing, but the Europa League because it's a trophy.
Would you have taken the trophy, right? And not because to tell the truth, I think somewhere along the line in that competition, right? I think Arteta put all his eggs into one basket and concentrated on the league and just didn't do too well in the Conference League. But before that, big up to Mr. K. Big up. Thanks for joining us. Maybe we'll have a chat later, right? And I'm going to say congratulations to Kesha, right, for winning, being a champ, for winning a trophy, right? But would you have taken the I mean, let's say even if you ended up fifth, winning the Europa League, that will get you a Champions League spot too, right?
Yeah, so it's basically the same thing, basically. But yeah, I mean,
winning.
I wanted to ask Keshav, yeah. Do you know that Moyes is a West Ham legend because he's the first manager to win you a proper trophy? Proper.
Well,
I don't care about the championship.
Well, like I said, yeah, I agree. The last time West Ham won was like say 50 years ago. People differentiate 58 or 43, but yeah, he's one of it. And I've actually, to be honest, I have been criticizing him. I have been saying all these things about him out and all that. But once, like to be honest, actually, it's so. Even though I criticize the man so much, you must give him credit. Sometimes it's like that. You have to give him credit. You have to,
Yes,
I.
sir.
The problem is, I feel sorry for him in the fact that he struggled to sort of people notice Moyes as a man who builds teams, as a man who will get you safe, as a man who will get you. Even though you give him a small budget, he knows how to deal with it. He knows how to get players. But now his stock is very high up. He's just won a trophy, and a trophy for West Ham since a long time. He'll be considered already in history and also all the players. And it was very nice to witness him actually with the trophy and how he celebrated. He actually had his father in the stands in Prague when West Ham
Yeah, he's like 87, his dad, isn't he?
So all these moments, you sort of never forget. It's very nice. Of course, the clubs like us, it's very emotional, nice.
Yeah,
But
it's very
like I said,
emotional.
if this might be only the time I get to see West Ham win, and then after that, maybe you never know, 60 years or 70 years,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. Because the
so
competition, man, it's a different breed. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, to tell you the truth,
The
yeah,
Man
to tell you the truth, right?
Cities
West Ham,
and those less and those like better teams.
yeah, and West Ham winning another trophy. I mean, you never know when it's going to come, right? Like
Yeah.
Spurs won their last trophy, what, 15, 16 years ago?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
it could be 16 years ago,
eight.
right?
So that's 16 years ago or something.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you have to cherish what you have now, right? So
Mm.
enjoy that what you have, right? But of course, uh, about the playing style and all that, that is Moises' design or tactics, right? But maybe if he does get a couple of players, more quality players in, do you think he will change his style of play or will he just still maintain his style of play, Kesha?
Um, Actually, to be honest, I think, or let me go back. Prior, actually, when beginning of season, we actually started, or Moy said he actually said in his interviews and press conferences that he wanted to change the style of play because teams knew how to play us. So he wanted to change it to a more possession based, more attacking minded, and all that.
Yeah,
But when you
more
see
Pep
actually,
Guardiola ball. Yeah,
when you
something
actually
like
see
that.
how we played with a possession style and you integrate like Paqueta, Skamaka, and all the players we brought in, it didn't actually work. Because to be honest, Moyes is, I keep saying, he doesn't know how to play well in terms of possession base. What you saw against Fiorentina, it's exactly how he plays. He actually, to be honest,
Yeah,
he actually
it's
never changed how
Moyes
he
ball,
plays.
man. It's more.
Yeah,
I think
his ball.
he won't change. Like he will stay with his values of
Yeah.
defending, resilience, and all that,
Mm.
right?
And yeah, like I said, yeah, he's a he we play counter attacking forward and even but the problem I have with Moyes is that sometimes he will get his tactics right spot on some of the matches, but when it comes like example I give you when we played Newcastle we lost 5-1. We are actually technically shit that game. We actually were really bad, and if you give Moyes plan A, he'll stick to plan A and he won't have a plan B or C. That is, to be honest, that's what I've always seen from him. Like for the past 2 years, this has actually happened. So even though I don't like his style, I must credit the man for what he's done. I think he's done a brilliant job. I know sometimes you have to. He's actually struggled, and of course maybe people may think that FA Community Shield Man United. To be honest, actually that's not really a proper trophy. What he's actually got in West Ham is a proper trophy. Actually,
Yeah, it's a proper
it's
trophy, man.
it's a proper
And
trophy.
also, we don't count championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not top
Yeah, yeah,
level, right?
yep, yep. Very top level. Okay, Mr. K is a question for you, Keshaf, right? His question is that do you believe there is a character difference between your team players and the Everton's, right? When Moyes was there, do Hammers players have more heart at the moment? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yes,
Uh,
it is, man. More heart,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, but for
Well,
Keshaf to answer that,
hmm. Well, good question. I always said what I expect from West Ham is West Ham needs to show a bit more fight in everything. Even though we are losing or let's say 3-0 down, we have a belief that we can come back, and we have actually shown it a lot of times over this season or the last couple of seasons. We actually have. Moyes, I would say, has developed this sort of resilience to fight or to sort of come back against teams which have proven difficult. Like, and also after this win we've had or trophy we've had, I think there's a togetherness around the club because it's a feel good factor. After you just won a trophy and the parade showed that he has a he has a vision for the club and he wants to improve. Like I said, sometimes like I do agree with him that sometimes you may finish sixth and or seventh the following season, then some you may drop down because that's actually what happened when he was Everton. He finished I don't know, he probably finished in the top
Got
10 and
to
then
top four.
he fluctuated and he get
Exactly.
it's about
Sometimes
getting the
Everton will be
consistency of
mid-table under Moyes. Like Keshav, did you know that Moyes also got top four with Everton or four or
yeah
yeah,
five?
yeah
over
Yeah.
Liverpool. You know what I mean? They played like 2 Champions League games.
Yeah.
Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
But like
big up,
like I
big up.
said,
Say no more, Gov. Big
right,
up to you. Thanks for being
right.
on. Right.
But
Yeah, but the thing is that now the thing is that we've come to the sense that we've been questioning Moyes, right? But now Moyes has delivered something, you know.
mm,
Even though after when he did his Everton stint, he went to Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken, right?
mm,
Yeah, he was in MU, and he was actually selected by
Ferguson, yeah.
Sir Alex to take over the reins. And of course, being in Manchester United is a totally different kettle of fish, or how I could call that, right? You know, and it didn't last long there, right? It didn't last long there, right? So, and of course, big up to Ellie, big up to Ellie, right? He says big up, right? Question: what's your expectations for this season? I mean, next coming season, right, Ellie? Our expectations. I'll go for Jordan first. Jordan, your expectations for the coming season?
Upcoming season. For me, as Liverpool supporter, I'm looking for number 20.
Sorry.
I'm looking for tell number 20.
Oh, title number 20. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
winning the league, Liverpool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
winning the
They have
league,
to,
right?
man.
Winning the league number 20,
They
right?
have to win that
And
league, Liverpool, man, because they're
yeah,
Liverpool, aren't they?
yeah. And big up CFCOG, big up, right, man.
Yeah,
Like, you
man,
know,
big up
in here.
OG, man, my guy.
Big up CFCOG, right? No, the thing, of course, I mean, you are looking for title number 20, and I'm sure Minerals, as an Arsenal fan, you are looking for title number whatever. How many
14,
do you have?
14,
14, right? Oh,
14
you have
Liverpool.
14.
Oh,
Yeah,
We have
14.
19. We have 9. Them.
You have
We
19
have
at the moment.
19.
Yeah. And for being a Spurs fan, I guess what my expectations for next season is that play nicer football.
Chris Collins said
Uh,
that Spurs should get top
uh,
4, Eugene. That's why he
no,
said it.
no, but Minerals, to me right now, right, top four has become such overhyped gloss
yeah.
position,
I agree.
right? And the thing is that I was talking to Jordan earlier in the stream before you guys came in. The Champions League top four position is not top four. It's been expanded to top 5 or plus 1 or 6. It could end up
So
to
top 5.
yeah, it could be top
I
5,
know
right?
the
And
top
then
5, but you get the point. You get the point. He said Chris
yeah,
Collins said that
no,
Spurs should
but
get top 4.
I don't talk about the guy, right? But what I'm saying at the moment now, right? For me, right, for next season, my expectation, right, with Big Ange around, at least play attractive football and at least go for one of the cups that we are involved in. At least go for the Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, right? And build the team up and the squad, because we all of us Spurs fans know, right? We have to build again and then rebuild or burn it all down, sell all the players, bring in fresh players to start all over again, because we have too much players who are stale in the club at the moment, right? And the player power there is so strong that the managers have got no say, right? So at this moment in time, if this manager has come in, give us attractive football, go for one of the 2 cups that we tell the truth, we ain't gonna win the league. Simple as that. That's not gonna happen. Maybe we'll have a chance for the Carabao Cup. Maybe we might have a chance for the FA Cup. That's the only thing I can say, right? But being a Spurs fan, to me, it is what it is. I'll still wait and see, because we have a new manager, right? And we have to see what is going to happen with the rest of the squad. What kind of squad are we going to develop into? And like what Keshav says, right? Even after winning the Conference League, right? He still has expectations of playing attractive football, right, Keshav?
Yeah.
Yeah. So attractive football, to me, attractive football, right? But for, of course, Jordan, they want to win the You guys either want to win the league or win the Europa Cup. Minerals want. I'm sure you Minerals. You want to win. Yeah.
Don't even care about the Europa League, man. My
Bro,
focus
I
is
want
Well,
us
on
to
my
win that Premier
league
League, man.
to
I want us to
improve.
win that league, bro. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean, Jordan doesn't
Or
even
at
care
least
about the
try to
Europa.
win the Champions League, maybe.
Yeah. Jordan doesn't even care about the Europa League, right? So
Exactly.
he
You're
only wants to win the
Liverpool.
league.
You,
Yeah,
you
he's
won that
Liverpool, right?
competition a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't even care about the Europa League, right? Minerals also is focusing on the league, and of course, Minerals, you're looking to at least have fighting chance to win the Champions League, right?
Exactly. I want to try to win the Champions League too.
Yeah, you want a chance to win the treble. And if I'm not mistaken, right, you guys have not actually won in Europe before, have you?
In
Just let
94,
me
we
know.
won a European. In 1994.
Oh, 1994,
1990.
you won. You
Yeah,
won
with
that. So you
Thierry
won
Henry.
We won
yeah,
the,
you
Thierry
won.
it's the
Henry.
cup that was the West Ham won. It was it's basically the same cup that West Ham won, but it was called Cup Winners' Cup.
It was
Now they brought
no,
it back.
it was called a Fairs Cup or something, right? Intertoto Cup
No,
or
it was
Fairs
Cup
Cup.
Winners' Cup in '94.
Oh, it
Go
was
on Google. You'll see.
it was Cup Winners' Cup in 1994, which is now the Conference League level. Okay, fair. So that means you won. But of course, now that you already in you were second the season passed, right? So but realistically, we all know that challenging Man City, I mean, you guys realistically should know that challenging Man City for the league title is not going to be easy, right?
We were
But
8 points clear, bro. We should
yeah,
have won it.
yeah, you were 8 points. You should have won it. Minos, I'm not going to go there, right? I'm not going to go and say the things that a lot of people have been saying. But in the end of the day, because I'm a Spurs fan and I'm a pragmatic Spurs fan, to tell the truth, I ain't going to say what happened to your club because look at what happened to my club. You get what I'm saying? Right? In the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. But to tell the truth, being a Spurs fan, it's worse, right? We said Conte when we were third, we were fourth, and at the end of the season we ended up eighth, right? What have I got to say about that?
You
Right?
dropped
So
down 4 positions.
we
Four
dropped down
positions.
4 positions after second Conte, right? But of course, a lot of the people were saying that Conte really lost the dressing room, right? If we kept him there, it would become worse, become toxic, and blah blah blah. But the only thing is that the owners should have stepped up and tell the players, right? Listen to the manager. The manager's in charge, right? Back the manager.
I don't think it's even the dressing room. I think it's Conte not being a yes man to Daniel Levy.
Yeah, of course, right? And now, of course, now we all know that what's happened to Spurs, right? I think between the three of us, we are the only ones who've got a new manager, right? Keshav, you are going to keep Moyes. Jordan, you're going to stay on with Klopp, right? Minerals, you got Arteta, right? So, and of course, along last season, there are people also saying Klopp out, right, Jordan? Right?
As you're talking about that, after all, yeah, that was where yes, Lukaku was making any signings. Now we got Alexis McAllister. No, they can just stop labeling. But yes, yes, he's out because I'm very tired of it hearing them talking about clap, this clap, clap, that. Right now, I'm happy that Alex is joined, and now I'm looking forward to Wednesdays to see what Thuram from Nice will bring. Just waiting for the confirmation. I'm just waiting for the window to be open, officially open. And I'm happy for Jurgen Klopp here change us. And we finally have a midfielder. One, we have half of the puzzle. We need two more. We need two more now. We need Thuram, and we know we have about Ward-Prowse. We could get Ward-Prowse as
Yeah.
well. We could get Coney
Yeah, but
as
Jordan,
well.
are you getting rid of Henderson and Milner?
We got rid of Milner. Milner is up. Milner is gone. Milner is gone to Brighton.
Oh,
So we get
Milner's
rid
gone
of
to Brighton. Okay, you
yes.
got rid of
Henderson. Henderson now he's the only player. He's the player left now for us to get rid of, and try to get a new captain. We could. That's the reason why we need like if we can get the Italian player like Kesia or James Ward-Prowse to be our new captain. So we're looking for a new
You're
skin.
linked to James Ward-Prowse.
So yeah. So yeah.
We've been linked to James Ward-Prowse too, right?
Need to be- Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy. So the puzzle almost finished. So every Premier League teams have to be afraid of us next season, including yours. When named there after we win that Conference League finals. So
This
you guys have to be
you're
scared.
drugging.
No,
You're drugging
Mark is
though.
probably
Like, are you disappointed in your players like Virgil van Dijk, even Salah and like Trent that they got using the Europa League?
no problem. No problem with Salah. Me know Salah is okay for me.
No. I know he's world class, but are you disappointed that they didn't get you Champions League
No,
football?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Darwin. Darwin is the only player I'm disappointed with. Virgil, I know his situation. He was injured during the COVID. I understand he was injured, but Darwin is the biggest problem I do not rate. He's
Yeah,
the only one.
he's shocking, man. He's worse than Soldado in Eugene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Darwin
Shock,
Nunes. Yeah,
shocking.
but of
But
course,
for
okay,
And,
yeah.
good,
But the thing is that, of course, what Ellie says that think the wealthy board members and owners of top four is better than a trophy. Yeah, as the revenues of the Champions League bring the real, we have the real teams to it all. But okay, the next question is now, right? It's going to be between Keshav and Minerals because this is about Declan Rice, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Uh,
yes, the fucking London. Yes, this is it.
right.
Thank you.
We have it here. We have it here, right? We have it here, right? And West Ham fan and Arsenal fan together, right? Of course,
Yes.
Keshav, Declan Rice, your owner says that he deserves to, I mean, he's allowed to leave now. Okay. And Minerals, your club, right, has put a bid of how much? 92 million pounds for Declan Rice, but there's no answer coming
92
back.
million. Yeah, 92
that's
million.
the first bid. That's the first bid, I think.
Yeah, that's the first bid,
Wow.
92 million. And there's no response from West Ham, right? And I'm not mistaken, Keshav, West Ham is sticking up for the 100 million mark, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Right. And to tell the truth, right, how would you feel? I mean, if Arsenal comes up with the 100 million and buys Rice from you guys?
Well, if I'll be happy if he come like if West Ham would accept 100 million. Of course, there'll be add-ons included, maybe 20, 30 add-ons because there will be agent fees and all that. But yeah, it'll probably come up if you personally ask me between 100 to 120 million. That's the probably
120 million now.
One
Oh,
hundred
big
twenty.
up
One
PJ
hundred
Warren.
twenty.
Yeah.
that's probably the price we're looking at. But like I said, if he does go, yeah, I mean the problem with Arsenal is that I feel that if he goes to Arsenal, don't get me wrong, he will improve their midfield. That I think will happen. But what I don't want is that the Arsenal fans will disrespect him. I don't like that because I don't want Arsenal, and that's what I don't want.
Yeah, I mean, I think they want to disrespect him though because our fans rate him. But I think Declan Rice like 100 million and 120 is kind of fair considering he's proven, man, and you know what you get with him. You know what I mean? So, but like, will you be only happy with 100 because he only costs you nothing as well? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I agree, and I think Declan has a lot of potential offers. I think one of them is Bayern Munich, but it seems like he wants to play in the Premier League and stay in England. So I was like, okay, but then also
Even Man City wants him.
Yeah, I also think.
Oh yeah, there's a rumor Man City wants him too, right? Yeah, big up Philly too.
Oh, Man City. No, Man City want everybody, man. Man City want everybody. First, then he want Alexis. Then he want Alexis. Alexis said no. This City game is a drama.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that Man City wants. I mean, if Man City wants, Man City gets, right? Most of the time. But
Man City want everybody. People want everybody, man.
Yeah. But at the moment in time now, the biggest rumor is because since the Chelsea noise about Declan Rice from last season until now, right? And of course, with Arsenal coming into the scene, Man City is also stepping up, right? But the thing is that whoever gets Rice, right, that means West Ham, Keshav, you will get the money, but you will have a hole in your midfield. Who do you think will be brought in to replace that hole?
I don't know. Arsenal World Cup player. Email, Bokayo, anyone
like
else.
I said, very tough answer or very tough question because yes, he will definitely put a hole in our midfield because I won't. To be honest, I don't want to rely on Souček. He's awful in midfield. He's only good at probably getting good at headers and all that. There's Paqueta also there, so he'll be probably the focal play in our team. But yeah, we've actually been linked to quite a number of players in the past few weeks. So these, I would say, is Edson Alvarez from Ajax, one of them. The other one is we're linked with is I forgot his name, Ward-Prowse from Southampton, which I think he's good, but not. I wouldn't really rate him for because let's be honest, we're not gonna get a like for like. It's not gonna happen. But what I will say is that we need to get players who will accompany Rice's style of play. So whether it's forward runs, maybe we can add a free kick sort of set in how we play and all that. So I think I wouldn't mind Wonder Prowse. I wouldn't mind, or if you get both Wonder Prowse and uh,
Not James, please. No.
Jordan
No,
wants
no,
James
no.
Ward-Prowse in his team, right? But
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
go ahead,
no,
right?
no,
Big up Elias,
no.
right? Elias,
No,
meet Jordan, and
he's coming
Minos,
close.
right?
He's coming
Take him.
close.
Take James Ward-Prowse. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. K is
Yeah.
asking, right? Would you swap Kane for Rice? Yeah.
No.
I-
No.
Oh
No.
dear. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No
I
brainer.
don't
No,
think so.
if anybody to get James Ward-Prowse, it's us. Nobody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
By
I
the
don't
way, Jordan, don't you think that Liverpool would now need to sign another proper number 9 as well, since Firmino is
That's
leaving, or do you think you guys are
exactly
good?
we need. Yeah, that's what exactly we need. And I was looking at a Napoli player that is Victor Osimhen,
Osimhen
but
as a
I'm not
striker.
sure if we'll be getting him. There are lots of players out there we can use to replace Bobby Firmino. We need a Bobby Firmino replacement, and we could have even. There were Liverpool fans are saying we could even use Darwin number to switch to number 9 to give him the number 9 jersey because he's really number 27. But Darwin, I do not trust Darwin at all. The only person should have got that should have get that number is a player that normally used to play in the Premier League. I think Oliver Giroud. We should get him from back to the Premier League from AC Milan. Because I do not trust Darwin. Darwin do not have the experience. He's
Yeah,
learning.
because Darwin is not experienced, firstly, and secondly, he hasn't proven himself in the Premier League over the last season. Like he has been pretty inconsistent.
Right. Is Liverpool going for Osherman now?
I don't
That could be.
think so.
That could, it
I
could
don't
be.
think
It
so.
could be.
I think
But I don't
Osherman
know.
is supposed to be. Who's going for Osherman now?
Chelsea
Manchester
apparently
United,
were looking at him.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, Manchester
But hasn't
United.
Chelsea already got Nkunku or something like that?
No, Nkunku is a
And
false nine. He's not a striker.
going to Chelsea. And Kunku is going to Chelsea. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Kunku is going to
No, but
Chelsea.
Nkunku is a false nine. He's not a striker.
He's not out 9 then. All right, fair. But to tell the truth, right? If you want to go for a player, I mean, okay, Declan Rice Premier League proven. Okay, his price, what Keshav is saying, is around 100 million to 120 millions.
It's 120. 120. 120
Okay.
man.
120 million pounds. Right? All right.
Yeah.
Harry Kane 1 year on his contract, right? Do you think he's worth 100 million pounds?
Kane
More than
is
that.
going to Real Madrid. He's going to Real Madrid. Real Madrid
Or
wanted to
100 million
replace.
pounds?
130 at least. 130 at least.
Million pounds or 130 million euros?
Pounds.
I don't
Pounds.
think Real Madrid will pay 130 million pounds for Kane, right? Because the first
Yeah,
bid
because
they put in, there's a rumor about first bid going in for about 62 million pounds. That's
Who would
way
pay
off.
62 million for Kane? No way
Yeah.
Levy is gonna sell Kane for 62 million.
Yeah. And then they want Kai as well, but that deal is off. So Real Madrid not gonna get him. And they want Kai Havertz, but they're not gonna get him. The deal is off.
But why
Then
would
you want-
Real Madrid want Kai Havertz who can't score an open goal?
Exactly, because they're looking for somebody to replace Benzema, because he's
Well,
gone. He's done.
If you're gonna replace Benzema, you have to get a player like Benzema quality who actually smacks the goals in, right?
No, I
And
think
that-
it's the what you call him, the Real Madrid director. He's a big fan of Kai Havertz.
Kai.
Apparently, it's not. Yeah, Ancelotti doesn't want Havertz, so that's why he is trying to push for Kane. But the Real Madrid director, he's pushing for that Havertz move somehow, because Chelsea is trying to sell Havertz because now they have Nkunku and they want to get a striker. So they need to clear out some squad as well, and due to their relations with Real Madrid, I think they're trying to push for that deal. But I think that Ancelotti is pushing for Kane deal more than the Havertz one.
But the thing is that, of course, and if I'm Ancelotti, I would want Kane. Why should I want Havertz, right?
Of course.
But the thing is that Havertz will go to Real Madrid like for 40 million pounds, and Kane will go for something like 100 million pounds, right? That's the price
But that
there.
Kai deal is off. That Kai deal is off. So deal
Or
is
the
off.
Kai deal is off. So, I mean, it's not going to happen, right? So, but okay, fair to say, like what Mr. K says right now, right? But Kane and Price is more or less the same price. But the thing is that how many years does Rice have on his contract, Kesha?
You might
He's got 1 year left, an additional year in
exactly.
touch. Yeah.
Also, he's more or less in the same scenario like Kane. Kane has also got 1 year left.
Yep.
Oh, and they're asking for 100 million pounds, so that's quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're asking that for Rice, then definitely Kane, you should be actually asking them for 150, 160 at least.
But I don't think that will be the price going for Kane for 1 year left, and nobody's going to pay 160 million pounds for Kane, right?
People are
Nobody's
asking
gonna
that for
do
Declan Rice, and why not for Kane? Like Kane is one of the most accomplished strikers in the Premier League. If they can ask that for Declan Rice,
But the thing is that you must understand, Elias, Real Madrid don't have all that money that they used to had last time. You understand? So they're tight in their pockets too. So, but
then
the
don't
thing is
sell
that
him
like
to Real Madrid. Sell him to someone else. Sell him to Bayern. Bayern are looking for a striker too.
Bayern is going to pay 100, but Bayern ain't going to pay 150, 120 million pounds for Kane.
Choupo-Moting. So Burnley, that's striker. They are Choupo-Moting, yeah, Muller, yeah,
Choupo-Moting.
Serge, yeah, Leroy. They have lots of players. They have Sadio Mane, or a former player. So they're good. I don't know when they need they only need a new number.
Oh,
They
and
need a
they've got
number.
the ex-Arsenal guy, Gnabry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Serge Gnabry.
They've got Gnabry, right? An old Arsenal player too, right? But the thing is that
Yeah, they might
maybe
get
they're
him up now.
yeah, and I guess most probably, I mean, Bayern Munich is looking for a player like Lewandowski kind of level, right? Who smacks them in all the time.
Well,
But
let us keep started the one him, but he ain't Jack their money and he said he wanted to get Barcelona.
yeah. But the thing is, Lewandowski is not moving anywhere. He's still staying in Barcelona.
Man.
Yeah. But the thing is that okay, if you go in that sense, right? If you say Kane is going to be, if Real Madrid comes out with 150 million pounds, why wouldn't Real Madrid go for Osimhen or go for Mbappe with that money and go for
Yeah,
Kane?
Mbappe is going to Real Madrid. Mbappe is going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but I think Mbappe is running out his contract before he goes to Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken, right?
PSG give him a new contract, but he don't want it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got another 2 more years on his contract. He'll wait
Yeah,
until the
2
last
more
year
years
to
on
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wait until his contract runs out, and he's still young, right? So
Yeah.
then he can go to Real Madrid.
Everybody. We want Kane. They have Bellingham now. Bellingham should be at our club. We should have McAllister and Bellingham playing together. He's at Madrid. See?
Yeah, Bellingham is already confirmed going to Madrid, right? For 102 million euros or something like that. 102 million euros, right? Yeah, and what Mr. K says that Isak will be a better fit for Real Madrid. Yeah, Isak, most probably. Yeah, but at the moment, Isak,
I don't think Newcastle. I don't think Eddie Howe will lose. Isak got that making it to
and
Champions
Isak
League.
is young. Yeah, Isak is young, right? So he's only like what 22, 23, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 21. Right?
I'm not sure. Odie isn't, but he's good.
Yeah, but the thing is that once we talk about players and all that, right? We will only know when they're actually holding up. And I got one more guest coming on, right? Let me get him on until his picture comes on. Big up, Manny.
Yeah, first of all, Eugene, let me say I'm sorry. I did say I'd probably be coming on about half an hour late, not 1 hour late. Things
it's
just
okay.
have been a bit busy for me, but I'm really glad that glad to. Yeah, always glad to come on, and this is also a relaxing change of pace for me. I don't get to engage in banter with anyone, or really talk in an angry tone about Arsenal. For me, it's just shooting from the hip, but with a pop gun, as it were, a cat pistol.
Okay. Yeah. And
so
meet the guys.
How everyone?
Meet Minerals and Keshaf. And okay, just to tell all the panelists, right? The only person with a trophy is actually Keshaf over here. Yeah, let's move him over here to the center. Yeah. Keshaf is the only guy with a trophy in this panel at the moment. West Ham, guys. West Ham's got a trophy and none of us got a trophy. I hate my owners. Really hate them.
Know what I mean? Aim is to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, aim is to win. Yeah.
But
Manny,
are angry if they haven't won.
Yeah. Right. Let me see. Okay, this is what Phil 2013. You're always welcome. TJ Warren, like listening to real fans. As the same with Eugene Lee Gunner. My fear Arsenal would be to see the window like ours last summer. I'm not sure because I'm gonna ask Mani this, right? Because Mani, you've been linked to Rice, right? Keshav owns Rice, right? Okay, Keshav owns Rice. Keshav's club owns Rice, right? Yeah, right. And the last news that we heard that Arsenal made a bid for Rice for 92 million. Any thoughts?
It's 120.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that Rice would have his own rice cooker handy, because I tell you what, Arteta will not be able to cook up very much with even the best quality rice that we could get, and Declan may be no exception. And here's the thing. A lot of the talk has been about how we should be aiming for Rice and Caicedo, but do we really have the budget for that? And we're seeing once again the same dilly-dallying about everything, all this hearsay. We do know that because Rice is so Anglophilic, if that's the correct term, he has no intention of quitting England for Germany. Heck, he doesn't even want to leave London. But again, you know, with the budget that we have and the fact that we are still looking for some players as well, some more players to, you know, beef up the squad, I really still have my doubts as to whether or not this will happen. And clearly, the way we are, we're still going to be the same bunch of penny pinchers who will basmati. Good one, Mr. K.
I only eat basmati. I don't eat any other rice, whether it's Declan rice or whatever rice.
So I suppose it's roti for you, huh?
Yep. Tonight it's roti.
Roti
No, but the
chennai
thing
in
is-
your neck of the woods. But
Roti canai,
yeah,
No, I had paratha.
yes.
it's the same
So,
thing. Yeah, big up,
like-
big up.
There has been some talk about how we could possibly be offsetting the capture of Rice with the capture of players like Castagne from Leicester City. I mean, really? That fella was one of the main culprits in Leicester getting relegated, and we want to get him. We've already got one relegation merchant in Aaron Ramsdale. Do we need another one? I don't think so. Of course, we were in the market to try and snag Tielemans, but he's now going to Aston Villa. There's still some possibility of trying to go for Maddison, but even then, there's no progress. So maybe we do like shopping in the pound store. I don't know, but
Yeah. No,
I
you're
really
linked to
don't have-
Maddison?
we were not linked per se, Eugen, but we were considering trying to get a hold of him. And I don't know if any progress has been made in that regard. So coming back to centre and the question of Declan Rice, I think we still have to pretty much set our stall out and make sure that we have the best offer. And again, there's so much hearsay in the press about how Rice would love to come to Arsenal and how he would be a terrific fit in Arteta's system. And then, of course, there's talk about Jorginho possibly going. So we really need to set everything right to make sure that we have a proper contingency plan, because knowing us, whenever we propose a big money purchase, we end up, you know, dawdling, having our lunch money taken from us and being forced to get sort of a cheaper bargain, as it were. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that we didn't get Mudrak when we did, but I'd like to think that how did Arsenal miss out on Tielemans? Simple, because I think Aston Villa were a lot more serious in trying to get their hands on the FA Cup winner from Belgium. And he's got a reputation of being a bit of a lazy git, but Emery is the type of manager who will take players and really improve them. I mean, you take a look at the world champion keeper, Emi Martinez. He actually improved him in another dimension by making sure he was more of a ball-playing goalkeeper from the back. And now he is, although he is quite clearly hated by so many people, there's no denying what a quality keeper he has definitely become. And the role he played in pushing Aston Villa all the way up to 7th place and securing that European spot in the Conference League has been magnificent. And with a bit more luck going their way, they could very easily have made the Europa League. Sorry, Alias, but I had to bring that up. But you know, that's the way Emery has worked. So I think Emery will be able to you know, work with Tielemans and really get him to snap out of it. The biggest fear, of course, with signing Tielemans was that under another manager, he would have become another Felipe Coutinho, who Jordan remembers quite well. But with Emery, I don't see that happening.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Coutinho. Oh my gosh, I want him back.
Yeah, man.
By the way,
Yo,
is
big up
Coutinho
Want
lads.
him
still at
back?
Villa? Haven't seen him lately.
Yeah, man. I'm back now, man. But big up lads.
I believe
That
there's
guy's
talk. There's
different.
been talk about him leaving.
Who?
I believe there's been some talk about him leaving Villa and maybe moving back to Brazil. I don't know, but
I think
I'm
he
still
should,
not
he
confident
should
about
go to
purchasing
MLS
Rice.
or yeah.
How
I
old
think
is
Yeah.
Coutinho? Is he in his 30s already now?
Who?
not yet actually. He's quite a
I think
young
early
player, like when
30s
he
maybe.
early 30s. Yeah, he's not
Which
that
guy?
old.
Which guy? Douglas Luiz. Who? Who is this?
No,
Eugene?
Coutinho.
He's only 31.
No, we were
31, so he's not that bad.
Yeah, man. You can
31.
go, man.
Yeah, so
He's finished anyway.
he's declined a little bit. So maybe a move back to Brazil or maybe somewhere else in Europe could rejuvenate his career.
But the thing
But
about
Tielemans
Coutinho
should
is,
be able to thrive under Emery.
Yeah, man.
but by the
Yeah,
way,
we-
Money, the thing about Coutinho is he only works with a certain type of manager. Like when you used to see him at Liverpool, he was a great player. He went
Good,
to
man.
Barca, he was bad. He went to Bayern, okay, he worked out. Then he came to Aston Villa for the first few weeks and all that. He was well. When you guys got Unai Emery, he didn't look that great. Like he worked with certain type of
Emery is
managers.
more fun than that. But lads, yeah, I got to shoot, man. Big up Manny, big up.
All right,
Kesha,
Miros. Thanks for being
big
on.
up Jordan,
Yeah,
man.
catch you later, bro.
Minerals.
All right, take care. All right, big up, Miros. But okay, you're coming back to now,
Yeah,
right?
but-
We come to, but things that okay. Go ahead, Manny. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think Emery didn't really get too long to work with Coutinho, and most of his time at Villa was under, I think, Gerrard, where, he started well
Yeah.
and had a few flashes of brilliance, but then ended up declining. So I think Emery will work well with Tielemans and really sort of snap him out of that, torpor or what have you, and get him playing again. But the original question on Declan Rice, I'm really not confident of us securing that purchase unless I really see some concrete steps being taken by the club to show that we are serious about it. I'm really not confident. It was that lack of seriousness in January which cost us the title, it has to be said,
Mm,
and it's the same old carry on over and over again.
okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But of course, earlier I did give a question to Minerals, right? Manny, would you have taken 5th or 4th or 3rd spot, right, instead of 2nd and win the Europa League?
Absolutely. Winning a
Yeah.
trophy. You win the Europa League, you get into the Champions League group stages, and it's the best of both worlds. And this segues back into this other ridiculous debate on Twitter where a lot of Arsenal fans, some of our top gooners on Twitter, I have to say, Eugene, are a bunch of absolute ne'er-do-wells, for want of a better word. I want to keep it PG, so I'm using some really antiquated, foul language, as it were. Talking about how West Ham shouldn't crow about how they've had a better season than Arsenal because they were in a relegation dogfight and still won a glorified Intertoto Cup. I told them, wind your necks in. A trophy is still a trophy. You get the recognition you want, and given the fact that our European heritage is absolutely abysmal, both of the trophies that we won, the Fairs Cup and the European Cup Winners' Cup, are now defunct. We have hardly any European heritage of which to speak. And clubs like Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest have won European Cup titles. Forest, in fact, have won 2 for Pete's sake. So, you know what they say,
West Ham
beggars
has
and
won
people.
European title.
Yeah, of course, but that was a Cup Winners' Cup. I believe, if memory serves me right, they also won the Intertoto Cup. I mean, both of them are also defunct, but now with the Conference League, they're still above Arsenal in that respect. So well done to Kesha. And to all these Arsenal fans who still see it fit to try and engage in that sort of banter, I say people who live in glass houses should not throw stones. And it's the same thing when people are saying, well, the treble might have been good, but other teams have done it. No other team has ever finished unbeaten throughout an entire season. 3 words: Preston North End. Some of these Arsenal fans on Twitter are absolutely stupid. And so to answer
but
your
you-
question again, Eugene, yes, of course I would have taken the Europa League. It's a trophy. And we get Champions League qualification. What more can you ask for? That was, in fact, the remit at the beginning of the season.
Manny,
And when
I have
we
a question
failed
for you.
spectacularly in the Europa League, there were several of us who wanted Arteta to go, and he should go end of next season if we don't succeed. Sorry, Elias, go
Manny,
ahead.
I have a question for you. Do you think where do you think you guys will go this coming season in the Champions League? Do you guys think you'll go beyond the group stage, or it's going to be tough?
It's going to depend, Elias, on the opponents we get, because bear in mind, we're probably not going to have a seeding. We might be in pot 2 or something like that, maybe pot 3, maybe. So if we are in a situation that Celtic are in and they get some heavyweights like Real Madrid and Red Bull Leipzig, Celtic obviously struggled this season. They showed some flashes of excellence, but clearly, with only Callum McGregor and Joe Hart having played Champions League football for their team, I mean, elsewhere before joining Celtic, at least in Hart's case, it was a case of, the club just not being quite equipped to do that. But you would think that with greater investment in the summer, they'd be wiser for the experience. Of course, the fact that Mr. Postecoglou has gone to Tottenham will be a spanner in those works at Celtic. And I think, personally, that he's made a bit of a mistake. I don't know how highly you and Eugene will rate Mr. Postecoglou, but I do think he's a decent manager. But back to us.
I think he's
if we
decent,
get to,
but let's see.
yeah. So if we do get a decent group, if we don't have two powerhouses in our group, we might have some chance of finishing second and maybe making the qualifying from the group stages, only to be whipped in the last 16 by another more experienced side. Or maybe if every dog has their day, we could end up securing another shock there. But we're not going to go deep into the tournament and challenge for the main trophy. And I think for the fans, it'll just be wonderful to have the Champions League music blaring at the Emirates Stadium once again for how many years? I mean, that's the height of the ambition for some of these people. But if we do get a couple of very heavy hitters in our group, we're going to struggle to finish. The best thing we can hope for is finishing third and then going into the playoffs for the Europa League. So, all the joy we felt at saying that we would never again compete in the Europa League, that could very well end up coming back to bite us in our rear end. I really don't have confidence in our progress in Europe unless we really make some good signings and have the team get their act together from the get-go.
But do you think Arteta has to think to bring you guys forward with even a better players, right?
No, Eugene. We couldn't even beat the Sporting Lisbon team that had 2 players suspended for the return leg at the Emirates Stadium. And don't get me started on Aaron Ramsdale. Makes a few camera saves and
Why don't you
mouths off
start?
his teeth. Huh?
Why don't you start on Aaron Ramsdale then?
It'll take another 2 hours to finish the show after that.
No, it won't take 2 hours. I mean, I'll just sum it up in a few sentences. He makes a few camera saves and flashes a few photogenic looks and faces, and has everyone drooling over him. Mouths off his teammates because they make errors that lead to him not getting a clean sheet. But on the other side of the spectrum, he concedes very sloppy goals, gets lobbed from the halfway line, can't even save a single penalty. Elite mindset, chug on.
Yeah, and to tell the truth, right, guys, right? A lot of people have forgot this, Big Ange is from Australia, right?
Yes.
And he's the first Asian manager to manage a Premier League team, right?
No,
Don't
he's
forget
not.
that.
He's not.
He's not the first
Yeah,
Asian manager.
No, he's not the first Asian manager. He's a Greek Australian. He's not Asian.
No, but Australia now is
No, Australia
in Asia.
is yes,
In
exactly.
Asia. Yeah, so he's the first
Yeah,
Asian
but
manager.
he's Greek, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's considered in the Asian category, right? So yeah, big up to him, right? Representing Asia.
Exactly. I mean, you're right, Elias. He was born in Greece, but he left Greece at the age of 5 and was brought up in the Australian system. So even if he might speak fluent Greek as a legacy of his parents, he considers himself born and brought up the Australian way, and that's sort of the way it is. And he was obviously proud to have managed them at a World Cup and did really well with the Socceroos before taking the plunge at club level. I think typical Australian, very direct, straight to the point, calls a spade, just like my old mate Steve-O, the Aussie Gooner. I'd love to see the two of you, Eugene, have a chin wag together. That would be epic. The Asian North London derby, as it were.
Yeah, we'll arrange one of these maybe later down in 1.5 months' time when I'm very, very free at time and when I can do all the late shows with you guys. But to tell the truth, right, for Ange coming in, to me at the moment, I ain't judging him. I will support him. right? It doesn't matter whether geographically, right? Based on the categorization of where Australia is now because of the World Cup, is part of Asia, right? I'll take him. Let's see what happens there. And you say he's very direct and very straightforward with what he wants to do, right? All I can say is that congratulations, welcome to Tottenham Hotspur, and let's hope Levy doesn't destroy your life. That's all.
Yeah,
And your
That's
ambitions. Yeah.
Well, because that's what we said about Conte as well, that he is upfront and all that. But Conte only came out in last, where he mentioned about his feelings regarding Daniel Levy on the board.
But Elias, you must remember, Conte had his blow up before the Southampton game. He had his blow up during the Burnley game, right? Then that's
yeah,
what happened.
but he didn't say anything about the board. He said things about players, that the players are unwilling, this and that. He didn't say anything about the board.
But the thing, yeah. And then he said that whether I deserve to be here or not, whether I'm the right manager for this team. That was after the Burnley game. But it is what it is. Conte is gone, right? The only thing now is that we're going to see what Ange can do. Yeah, we all do, right? But I'm just waiting for his final his statement, right? Or maybe we have to wait for his memoirs to come out, right, to see what he writes about Spurs and Conte. Levy.
He's having a good time holidaying
Yeah.
with his friends. I saw his Insta the other day.
Yeah. Big up to him, right? But at the moment now, right, for the five of us here, right, I'll most probably be ending up the show quite soon. Our expectations for the next season, like what Ellie is saying, right? Jordan says that he wants to win the league, number 20th, right? Mani, what's your expectations for Arsenal next season?
Do better than second. We have to make sure that we are serious about making sure that we do better and not simply take the fans on another wild goose chase or a roller coaster of emotions. And I definitely want to see us doing as well as possible in the Champions League. I guess, expectations. These are my expectations for the club. I'm just not sure that they're going to mesh with the reality of what I believe will happen, because Jordan's lot will be one of many teams that are going to look to really build and bounce back, and with several of their established. With several of their stalwarts having left, this is an opportunity for regeneration and rebirth, as it were, a renaissance, as one would say. And other teams are going to definitely be snapping at our heels. We have to make sure that we are serious about building on that supposed success and taking it one step further. Nothing less than the trophy. By that I mean the Premiership, or at least the Europa League. If we don't make the if we don't make the knockout stage of the CL, that would do. Even if we get thrown to the conference, we're not going to get thrown to the Conference League as well from that. So we have to make sure that we really do well this season. And Arteta is going to be a marked man.
John transfer. It's summer.
Yeah. No, but Mr. K, during the January transfer, that's when Conte lost it, right? And after the World Cup, when his contract wasn't extended, he didn't sign his extension contract. The signs were all there, right? Elias, your expectations for Spurs?
Screw Spurs. I want them to get relegated.
Elias wants us to
Damn, boy.
I think top 8. I think Conference League or European football would be enough for me. I think we should be going for Europa League at least next season. Yeah.
But I was saying, right, we'll play better football, go for one of the domestic cups, right? That will also get you into either Conference League or Europa League, right? So it doesn't matter which position that you're in.
You aim for European football. How you want to aim for it is up to you. Whether you want to come 8th, win a cup like Carabao Cup or FA Cup, which will either get you. So Carabao Cup will get you Conference League, and FA Cup will get you Europa League. Focus on the cups. You might get into one of that, and let's see where you end up in the league. Yeah, I'm one of those 50% of Spurs fans who don't care anymore. But yes, somehow I have to care a little bit, lah.
Yeah, but to tell the truth, Mr. K, right? 50 of the Spurs fans have not actually cared in a long time. So Yeah, that's why there's no protest against the owners and all that. So they just don't care. They just there for the happy-go-lucky
Just
times.
Just remember, Elias, it's always the darkest hour before the dawn. Keep the faith. There's a reason why you've got a rooster or a cockerel as part of your emblem. When it crows, morning will break.
Yeah, and then after that, when the sun sets, it'll get dark again. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. So, but guys,
thanks for the try money, but it didn't help.
Spurs fan, being a Spurs fan is you got to be realistic, right? Being our hopes, right? What we saw after last season, from being fourth with Conte and dropping down to 8th without Conte, and now we bring Big Ange, right? Of course, I am going to support the manager. I'm not going to say anything bad about him until let's see what happens, right? And of course, no matter what happens, we still have to support the manager, because whatever happens now, I've gone to the conclusion that it's not the manager's fault.
Until the manager extend direct contract, we won't say anything bad about it.
The thing is that the truth, it might not be the manager that extends Eric Dyer's contract, right? The manager might not even have a say about Eric Dyer's contract. That's all I can say. Right?
Until the manager says that Eric Dyer can be the world-class defender.
Yeah, and then there's a dawn, and better there's no sun at all. That's for us, right? Yeah.
No sun, no
and most
rain.
probably you move to Antarctica or the Arctic, right, where you have something like 24 hours of darkness for 6 months. Oh dear, that's gonna be a hell of a cold day, right? But okay, last thoughts around Jordan.
For me, I'm looking forward to the transfer. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now. So nothing else. I'm also waiting for the transfer window to open to make another transfer. Looking to get Thuram and another icing on the cake, and then go for that trophy from Man City. We'll be serious come next season in August. But I'm waiting for the window, waiting for what's to come in the window. So yeah, transfer coming up for me, guys, this Wednesday.
Yeah. This Wednesday, the transfer window opens. Liverpool has already got McAllister in the bag, right? So let's see how more players the Liverpool get in, right? Elias, last thoughts?
Last thoughts. Let's go for David Raya, guys. I was looking at his stats earlier on my show. That guy is really good. Like, really, Levy, don't bargain the deal. Don't screw the deal. 40 million, they want. Give them 40 million. Get that guy in, because Lloris is not staying. If you don't get David Raya, screw you.
Last thoughts. Get David Raya, right? Keshav, the only guy with the cup in the panel.
Good end to the season, I shall say. After a season of drained, I would call it a drained energy and lost of hope. Suddenly, there's some light to look at, and I would say good end to the season, trophy. So I'm pleased. But expectation for next season, it will be. Oh, it's a bit tough actually. I think I would probably say a top 8 finish or top 10 finish. Like I would say, I don't want us to go into another relegation battle, which is so very tiring. If you ask me personally, I don't like it. And then secondly, I would like us actually now to give more confidence to go and sort of go to the at least quarterfinals. I would say semi-finals. That is what I would look at, because I do think we have a squad. But now if I've looked at the groups for Europa League, pot 1 to pot 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some quite tough teams in there, like Marseille and Real Betis and Brighton. You have a few others, Villarreal. Not very easy teams you have there. But I do have hope from this season and last season that we can have the capacity to go through. But I just don't think we're going to win another one. Personally, I feel we should at least now start to sustain our challenge in the top 10, because this has sort of given a hope, a belief to the players, and confidence that we can go and win things. We have now a sort of winning mentality. Now I know, now I know how it feels like to sort of win a trophy. I know people will say it's a third-tier competition. I know people will say it's a lot of fans have been saying it's like a Carabao Cup. I don't like to call it that. I think it is a proper European trophy. It is a proper trophy. Whether if even though you're a Luton fan, even though you're a Burnley fan, 100% you take that. you 100% take that type of trophy. You know, and if to see your team win a trophy you already seen is enough for me. Whether the next 10 years I see my team finish, then I'll even be happy. So I already said enough. That's why I told my brother, if West Ham win a trophy, at least hope uh, to see West Ham win a trophy. I say I'm already happy with it. You know, enough for me. Just to see
Yeah.
that. That's all you want actually. You don't want to. I know some fans they want to go and win. You know, like Man City love, but I'm not that type. No. So yeah. But like I say, yeah, top 10 finish for me, either top 8. Hopefully, Moyes doesn't get the same sort of nonsense he's gotten, the sack and all that, which I don't want.
Oh yeah, you're the main Moyes out guy, right?
But look, his stock is very high right now. He deserves what he's done. Actually, I have to thank him for what he's done. And I know, like I said, I know people will slate him and all that. Like, he's some people call him a dinosaur. Yeah, I don't like those type of comments, but you have to back your manager. It's smart of the board to do that.
Listen, Spurs fans, listen. You have to back your manager.
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? But the thing is that at least Keshav has seen his club lift the trophy, right? The only thing now, Elias is waiting for it to see us lift the trophy.
No, I've seen us lift the trophy, but that time I was not a Spurs fan back then. No, I've seen us win the Carabao Cup, but I was not a Spurs fan back then. That's all.
No, but the thing is that but you weren't a Spurs fan, you see. But at least being a Spurs fan, seeing it being lifted, that's one thing, right? So yeah, but in that day, a trophy is a trophy, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a conference.
Oh, I've seen another trophy as well, the Walter Tull Memorial Cup. I've seen that.
Oh dear, Walter Tull.
The one where we beat Rangers.
Yeah,
Which
money.
Queensport.
Oh no,
Yes, sir.
It's a pre-season cup kind of thing. It's not no major trophy.
Yeah,
right?
we beat Rangers in one game and we lifted the cup. Yeah, that's all.
That's all. Yeah. And money, your last thoughts, money.
Yeah, last thoughts. Well, hopefully, as I said, my club starts to take things a lot seriously. Hopefully, Arteta starts to take things seriously. Hopefully, the players start to take things seriously and realize that being a title challenger isn't simply a fun ride, which you can say, "Oh, I did this," and we should give us credit. Again, I'm going to big up the Aussie Gooner once again and say what he told me one time on Instagram private chat. If you can't take yourself seriously, you have no right to expect others to take you seriously. So Arteta, the board, and the players have got to take things a lot more seriously and show that they are committed to actually bringing proper success to the club. Otherwise, they deserve no respect, and the fans also need to take things seriously. Otherwise, they're not worthy of any respect whatsoever.
Money, I got a question for you. Since you mentioned that, just hold on.
Go ahead.
It's on Arteta. Would you want Arteta to be sacked? Let's say if after the first half of the season, you guys are revolving at, let's say, 8th, 9th, that sort of a position, and you feel that top 4 is kind of like gone, and you're in Champions League also you're struggling. Would you want Arteta to be sacked then this coming season in that sort of position?
Yes, because that's what happened with Unai Emery.
Fair. And of course, before we end the show, Jordan, when's your next show? Jordan, when's your next show coming up? Is Jordan there? I'm not sure Jordan's there. But never mind. Elias, any shows coming up?
Yep. So I'll be doing a show on Wednesday. I'll be doing one show every night here, the Malaysian time. I think which will be around evening or UK afternoon. I'll upload that on my Twitter. So I'll be doing my transfer news shows, and I'll be doing some discussions with other clubs on their transfers as well. Like I'm actually planning to get one Real Madrid fan and talk to them about what do they feel about Harry Kane transfer and what are their general feelings. So all that kind of things. Yeah. So I'll be doing a show almost every other day now, except on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Keshav, I guess the only show you'll be doing with me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I want to do one show with Keshav as well sometime.
Yeah, you're gonna link up with Keshav. You're gonna link up with Keshav too, right? Mani, Any shows you're doing? I mean, I see you doing a lot of shows on other channels and all that. What's any developments
Yeah,
on
listen.
the?
Yeah. Listen, this week again, I'm just going to, have a chat with Stephen's family and really get this thing done. I know I've been saying this for the past few weeks. I've been meaning to do that, but a lot of things have been sort of piling up with regard to matches left, right, and center, and me having to do some other work. It's a good time, really, to sort of start the channel now with the league season over and only internationals coming up. And it's also going to be something to prepare for next season. So I will try to get that underway. Until then, you can catch me on several other channels on YouTube. I don't know if Del Boy is doing anything. I will be doing a bit more stuff with Hanno, obviously, for other sports, including the Cricket World Cup and maybe the Ashes and maybe the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, and maybe a few others.
You guys
maybe
watch
a few.
cricket?
Oh, I love cricket, and in fact, if you do, I don't think you're going to have some time for this because it'll probably be about 3 a.m. your time, Elias. But we are doing a show called Off to the Boundary on Hanno's channel where we will do a cricket review. We'll be reviewing the World Test
I'll ask my
Championship final.
brother to join. He's a cricket person. I'm not. I hate cricket. I'll be honest.
Brilliant.
Jordan has left.
Yeah, so look for the channel. It's called Hanno's Coach's Corner, and I should be there on that. But in any case, you can ask for the link and join in. And I mean, not you per se, your brother definitely, but can join in and have a nice chin wag, and it'll be good fun.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah. And let me see. And Mr. K, please check your WhatsApp, right? And you'll see it. And our season was what with the Ashes. Yeah, like the Ashes. Yeah, call it the Ashes our season, right? And before we end, of course, we got the Mr. K, right? Step Up Spurs, Elias, right? Who else do we have here, right? Luca is here. Philly 2109. TJ Warren, right? Who else do we have? Ellie was here earlier, and this of course was Jordan, and of course CFC OG. Say No More Gov. Who else do we have? Flash Arrow, John Fitzpatrick. Right, did John Fitzpatrick join you on your show earlier? And of course, LA007, Chris Agumba, big up. Steak, big up to Steak too. Who else do we have? No, it's all done. Right, let me see. Mr. K reply. Right, season anything else? Okay, hi, current comment. Right, guys, thanks for being on. Most probably, let's see, maybe next week I'll do another Monday show. Get the group of guys together and see whether Spurs have signed any players or Spurs have sold any players, right? And then we'll have a bit of banter there. And of course, Elias is waiting for David Raya to join us, right? And telling Danny Levy spend the 40 million. Please don't haggle for the 5 or 10 million and lose him to another club. Because if I'm not mistaken, Manchester. Who else is going for David Raya at the moment?
I think United might go for him because they are looking for the hair replacement.
Yeah, United may be going for him. But guys, thanks for being on, right? Big up, right? And of course, stay on for a while. We have a short chat in the back room, right? Bye-bye. See you later. And as always, Levy out.
Levy out.